Hello students, welcome to another video of chemistry, and here today we will discuss molecules of elements. So students, as we know that an atom does not generally exist independently, so it may combine with other atoms of the same element to form a molecule. Now what does it mean? It means, for example, this hydrogen is an atom. So this hydrogen does not exist independently. So how it exists? We can say this hydrogen atom combines with another hydrogen atoms and form hydrogen molecule. So this is hydrogen molecule. And this hydrogen molecule is represented as H2 because here we have two hydrogen atoms. So this hydrogen molecule is capable of independent existence. So there is difference between atom and molecule. Atom does not exist independently and molecule can exist independently. So here we have a formula of hydrogen molecule, that is H2. Same way we have molecule of nitrogen, like one atom of nitrogen combines with another atom of nitrogen and form nitrogen molecule like this, having formula N2. So this is nitrogen molecule and these are nitrogen atoms. Same way we have oxygen molecule, like two oxygen atoms combines with one another and form oxygen molecule. So this is oxygen molecule having formula O2 and is capable of independent existence. So students, we can say that a formula of a molecule represents the total number of atoms present in that molecule. So because formula of hydrogen molecule is H2, so this formula represents that number of atoms of hydrogen in hydrogen molecule are 2. So same way, molecular formula of nitrogen is N2, which represents that number of atoms in nitrogen molecule are 2. Same way, number of atoms in oxygen molecule are 2. So students, what do you mean by molecule of an element? Molecule of an element. So any molecule made up of same elements known as molecule of an element. So here all molecules, like molecule of hydrogen made up of hydrogen elements, molecule of nitrogen made up of only nitrogen elements, and molecule of oxygen made up of only oxygen elements. So that's why these all molecules are known as molecule of an element or molecules of an elements. So same here we have a molecule of an element is represented by a formula which indicates how many atoms of the element have combined to form it. For example, the molecules of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine are represented by formula like H2, N2, O2, F2 and Cl2 respectively. So H2 means number of atoms in hydrogen molecule are 2. Number of atoms in nitrogen molecule are 2. Similarly, number of atoms in oxygen molecule are 2, and in case of fluorine molecule these are also 2, and in chlorine molecule again 2 atoms of chlorine. So obviously 2 atoms of each of these elements have combined to form the molecules. So here we have a very important definition that is atomicity. Underline, this definition is very important. So what is atomicity? The number of atoms. So number of atoms in a molecule is called the atomicity of the molecule. For example, total number of atoms in hydrogen molecule are 2. So we can say that atomicity of hydrogen molecule is equals to 2. Same way, number of atoms in nitrogen molecule are 2. So its atomicity will be 2. Same way, number of atoms in oxygen molecule are 2. So its atomicity is again 2. So what is atomicity? The number of atoms in a molecule is called the atomicity of the molecule. Thus, the molecule of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine are diatomic. That is, they have an atomicity of 2. So all the molecules like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine, they have atomicity of 2 because there are 2 atoms present in all. So these are also known as diatomic molecules. Now, why they are called diatomic molecules? So, if number of atoms in a given molecule are 2, then accordingly that molecule is named with di. Di means 2. So because here we have 2 atoms in a molecule, that's why it is known as diatomic. Di means 2, atomic means 2 atoms. So similarly, if we have 3 number of atoms in a molecule, then that molecule is named as tri. Tri means 3. So triatomic molecule. And if number of atoms are 4, then that atom is known as tetratomic molecule. And if number of atoms are 5, then that atom is known as pentatomic molecule. So any molecule with 2 atoms known as diatomic, with 3 atoms known as triatomic, with 4 atoms known as tetratomic, and with 5 atoms known as pentatomic, and accordingly with 8 atoms known as octatomic. So here in case of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine, there are 2 number of atoms and they are known as diatomic molecules. Now, the molecules of all elements are not diatomic. For example, a molecule of ozone is O3. So, in case of ozone molecule, we have 3 atoms. So, that's why ozone molecule is known as triatomic molecule. Now, here we have few words about ozone. A form of oxygen present in the upper atmosphere that protects us from the ultraviolet radiation of the sun, known as ozone gas. So formula of ozone is O3. So same way it is known as triatomic molecule because here we have 3 atoms of oxygen. Also, the molecules of phosphorus and sulfur are tetratomic P4 and octatomic S8 respectively. So, molecule of phosphorus is known as tetratomic having formula P4 with 4 atoms of phosphorus, and molecule of sulfur is octatomic having formula S8 with 8 atoms of sulfur in case of sulfur molecule. So here we have all the examples, like molecule of an element with 2 atoms is hydrogen. So this hydrogen molecule is known as diatomic. And molecule of ozone, that is O3, having number of atoms 3, known as triatomic, because here we have 3 atoms. And phosphorus molecule is P4 with 4 atoms of phosphorus, known as tetraatomic. And molecule of sulfur with formula S8, known as octatomic. Now, the molecules of a family of elements called the noble gas elements like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, these all are noble gas elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. And these all molecules are monoatomic. Monoatomic means only one atom in their molecule. Mono means one. So write here, mono means only one. So because in all the molecules of noble gases we have only one atom, so accordingly they are named as monoatomic molecules. Next is compounds. Underline, a compound is a substance that can be split into simpler substances by chemical means. So there is a difference between element and compound. Element is a substance that cannot be split by chemical means, but a compound is a substance that can be split by chemical means. So students, both elements and compounds are the substances that cannot be split by physical means, and element also cannot be split by chemical means, but compound can be split by chemical means. So it is the elements that are the simple substances. So a compound can be formed only when 2 or more elements combine among themselves. For example, when hydrogen is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it will form water. So hydrogen means H2. When burnt in the presence of oxygen, it will form water, that is H2O. So same way, when carbon is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it will form carbon dioxide. And sulfur, when burnt in the presence of oxygen, it also forms sulfur dioxide. So all these, this is water, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, all are compounds. So these all are compounds. So here, for example, a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen on being kindled. Kindle means on being burnt, form water, and carbon or sulfur when burnt in oxygen form carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Carbon when burnt form carbon dioxide and sulfur when burnt form sulfur dioxide. Water, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide all are compounds. So these all are compounds because they can be split into the constituent elements by chemical means. Next is how are compounds represented. So compounds are represented by formula, like molecule of an element is represented by formula. Same way compounds are also represented by formula. So the formula of a compound indicates how many atoms of which elements have combined to form a molecule of the compound. For example, this formula of water compound represents that in water molecule we have 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. In case of carbon dioxide compound, we have 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. Same way, formula of sulfur dioxide SO2 represents 1 atom of sulfur and 2 atoms of oxygen in sulfur dioxide molecule or sulfur dioxide compound. So, the formula water H2O, which represents water, indicates that 2 atoms of hydrogen combine with 1 atom of oxygen to form a molecule of water. So same way we have a formula of water, that is H2O, carbon monoxide, mono means 1 again. So carbon monoxide means CO, carbon dioxide, di means 2 oxygens. So CO2, sulfur dioxide, di means 2 oxygens, di means 2, oxide means oxygens. So sulfur dioxide means SO2. Sulfur trioxide, tri means 3. So sulfur tri means 3, oxide means oxygen. So SO3. Next is sodium chloride, that is sodium means Na, chloride means Cl. Calcium oxide, calcium oxide, calcium means Ca, oxide means O. So calcium oxide is also known as quicklime, Calcium chloride, calcium means Ca and chloride means Cl. So here we have 2 chlorine atoms in calcium chloride compound. Next is zinc chloride, ZnCl2, hydrogen chloride, also known as hydrochloric acid. So it is HCl. Hydrogen means H and chloride means Cl. Sulfuric acid, so it is H2SO4. Nitric acid, it is HNO3. Sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, also known as baking soda. So it is NaHCO3. So 1 atom of sodium, 1 atom of hydrogen, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen in baking soda. Next is plaster of Paris, having formula CaSO4. So 1 atom of calcium, 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen, along with half molecule of water. So these all are the examples of different compounds. Now what you need to do is to learn all the compounds along with their formulas. So learn the name along with the formula of a given compound, starting from water up to plaster of Paris. Learn all the formulas of different compounds. Next we have few characteristics of compound. So the very first characteristic you can understand from its definition. So it is, a compound can be split into its constituent elements. Constituent elements means from which it is made up, only by chemical means and not by physical means like filtration, sublimation or distillation. So a compound can be split into constituent elements only by chemical methods, not by physical methods. For example, like this water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So this water can be split into hydrogen and oxygen only by chemical methods, not by physical methods like sublimation, filtration and distillation. So here water can be split into hydrogen and oxygen only by chemical means, not by physical means. And second characteristic is, elements combine in a fixed proportion of their atoms to form a molecule of a compound. For example, hydrogen always combine with oxygen like H2 plus O2 to form water with formula H2O always. Formula of water is H2O always. So because here we have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, so the ratio of combining atoms, here we have a 2:1, or we can say that hydrogen always combines with oxygen in atomic ratio 2:1. So this ratio is always fixed. Same way, when carbon is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it will form carbon dioxide. So atomic ratio of carbon dioxide is 1:2. So 1 means 1 atom of carbon and 2 means 2 atoms of oxygen. So this is the atomic ratio of carbon dioxide, which is always fixed. So here we have a 2:1. 2 means 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 means 1 atom of oxygen. So here we have 1:2, that is 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. Here you can see, for example, hydrogen always combines with oxygen in the atomic ratio 2:1, because formula of water we have H2O, so ratio will be 2:1 to 1. And carbon combines with oxygen in the atomic ratio 1:2. So formula is like CO2. So that's why here we have 1:2, 1:2. Next characteristic is elements combine in a fixed proportion of mass to form a compound. For example, 1 gram of hydrogen react with 8 gram of oxygen. So if 1 gram of hydrogen react with 8 gram of oxygen, then accordingly the mass of water will be 9 gram, that is 1 plus 8 equal to 9 gram. And the mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water will be 1:8. So it will be 1:8. And same way, if 3 gram of carbon reacts with 8 gram of oxygen, then mass of carbon dioxide will be 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8, it will be 11 gram of carbon dioxide. So mass ratio will be 3:8. That is 3:8. So this is according to the law known as law of conservation of matter. Write on law of conservation of matter. So what is law of conservation of matter? Underline, according to law of conservation of matter, matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. So this is the law of conservation of matter. So according to this law, 1 plus 8 is equals to 9 and 9 gram of water will be formed. So the mass of a compound formed must be the sum of the masses of the constituent elements. So it means if we have a hydrogen plus oxygen and both will react to give us water, and if mass of hydrogen is 1 and mass of oxygen taken will be 8, then mass of water will be 1 plus 8 is equals to 9. So here also we have 9. So it means the mass of compound formed, that is compound formed, must be equal to the sum of the mass of the constituent elements. Mass of the constituent elements, that is sum of the mass of the constituent elements. So next characteristic is, the properties of a compound are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. For example, water differs from hydrogen and oxygen, and carbon dioxide from carbon and oxygen. So hydrogen is gas and can be burnt. Same way, oxygen is a gas and supports burning. But water is liquid. Both hydrogen and oxygen are gases, while water is liquid and it extinguishes fire. So we can say that properties of a compound will be different from that of their constituent elements. Same way, properties of carbon dioxide are different from that of carbon and oxygen, because carbon is solid, oxygen is gas, and carbon dioxide is gas. Carbon can be burnt, but carbon dioxide extinguishes fire and oxygen supports burning. So this is the last characteristic of compound. That is, properties of a compound are entirely different from those of their constituent elements.